Winter isn't just about cozying up by the fire. Some of the world's most extreme and exhilarating adventures happen when the temperature drops. Have you ever dreamed of speeding through icy landscapes, plunging into frozen waters, or conquering snow-covered peaks? The colder months offer some of the most unforgettable adrenaline-pumping activities out there. Join us as we explore 9 winter adventures that will take your breath away, from high-speed thrills to extreme survival challenges. Heli-skiing in Alaska. Skiing down a groomed trail is one thing, but what about dropping onto an untouched mountain slope straight from a helicopter? Heli-skiing in Alaska is the ultimate bucket list adventure for those who crave deep powder, extreme vertical drops, and absolute solitude in the backcountry. With no ski lifts, no crowds, and no limits, every descent is a one-of-a-kind thrill ride. The Chugach Mountains near Valdez, Alaska, are a world-famous destination for heli-skiing. These peaks get dumped with over 700 inches of snowfall every year, creating some of the most incredible light and fluffy powder on the planet. Skiers and snowboarders are dropped off at remote, untouched peaks where only the boldest riders dare to carve their way down. The terrain ranges from steep chutes and open bowls to deep glades, offering endless variety. This adventure isn't just about skill, it's about trusting your guide, reading the terrain, and committing to the drop. Expert guides and avalanche safety training ensure a controlled but exhilarating ride. Unlike traditional ski resorts, heli-skiing lets you experience the raw, untouched wilderness in a way that few ever get to. Heli-skiing in Alaska is an adrenaline rush like no other. Every run feels like a scene from an extreme sports documentary, and every turn kicks up a cloud of untouched snow. If you're looking for the peak of winter thrill-seeking, this is it. Ice climbing in the Canadian Rockies. Scaling a rock wall is one thing, but climbing a giant frozen waterfall? That's next level. Ice climbing in the Canadian Rockies is an intense winter sport that challenges your strength, precision, and nerve. Armed with ice axes and crampons, climbers scale vertical sheets of ice in some of the most stunning landscapes on Earth. Banff and Jasper National Parks are home to some of the world's best ice climbing routes, with frozen waterfalls towering over 300 feet high. Each route presents a unique challenge, from smooth blue ice faces to jagged, overhanging formations that test your endurance. As you drive your axes into the ice, you feel a mix of exhilaration, focus, and pure adrenaline with every move. The sound of ice cracking beneath your spikes is a stark reminder of the sheer power of nature. Ice climbing demands total concentration, as each swing of your axe needs perfect accuracy to hold your weight. And let's not forget the thrill of hanging hundreds of feet above the ground with nothing but your gear keeping you secure. For those who love pushing their limits, ice climbing is an unmatched winter adventure. The reward? Reaching the summit and soaking in a view of snow-covered peaks and frozen lakes that few ever get to see. Snowmobiling in Iceland. There's nothing quite like flying across endless snowfields at high speeds, and Iceland is one of the best places in the world for a snowmobile adventure. With glaciers, volcanic landscapes, and icy tundras, it feels like you're riding on another planet. The Langjökull Glacier, Iceland's second-largest ice cap, offers a massive frozen playground where riders can speed across untouched snow, carve sharp turns, and experience the thrill of high-speed adventure in the Arctic wilderness. The feeling of pure freedom as you accelerate across miles of open ice is unlike anything else. Snowmobiles reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, and the terrain varies from smooth rolling hills to deep crevasses and ice caves. The challenge isn't just the speed, it's learning to read the terrain, control your drift, and navigate through ever-changing icy landscapes. If you're looking for a fast-paced, heart-racing winter sport, snowmobiling in Iceland is one of the most epic and unforgettable adventures you can have. Bobsledding in Switzerland. Racing down a twisting ice track at 90 miles per hour, inches from the ground, with nothing but a sled and your reflexes, bobsledding is one of the most intense winter sports on the planet. If you've ever wanted to feel like an Olympian for a day, Switzerland is the place to do it. The Olympia Bob Run in St. Moritz is the world's oldest and only natural ice bobsled track, built in 1904. Unlike artificial courses, this track is crafted entirely from snow and ice every single year, making each run a unique challenge. The moment your sled is released, gravity takes over, pulling you through sharp twists, steep drops, and G-force-inducing turns at insane speeds. The sensation is pure adrenaline and chaos, as the walls blur past and the sled rattles beneath you. For those who crave the ultimate thrill, you can book a ride with a professional bobsled pilot and experience the real deal, hurtling down the track at bone-rattling speeds with the sheer force of G-forces pressing you into your seat. Every turn is a test of nerve, every second a battle against momentum and physics. It's over in a flash, but the rush stays with you long after you step out of the sled. Bobsledding isn't just a sport, it's an unforgettable experience of speed, precision, and pure excitement. If you're looking for a once-in-a-lifetime winter adventure, Switzerland's bobsled tracks deliver an ice-cold dose of thrill-seeking perfection. Polar plunging in Antarctica. For those who truly want to test their limits, few things compare to the brutal, heart-stopping shock of a polar plunge. This is not your average swim, it's a full-body shock to the system, an experience that pushes both mind and body to the absolute edge. Antarctica's Deception Island, a flooded volcanic crater in the Southern Ocean, is one of the most extreme locations on Earth where you can take a polar plunge. Here, adventurers strip down and jump straight into the freezing waters, where temperatures can drop to 28 degrees Fahrenheit, or -2 degrees Celsius. The moment you hit the water, your muscles seize, your breath catches, and your heart pounds like never before. It's pure, unfiltered survival mode. Your body's instinct kicks in, demanding you get out fast. Yet for those who embrace the challenge, the rush of endorphins that follow is unbeatable. The shock of the cold is replaced by a wave of euphoria, a sensation of being fully alive. Some say it's a spiritual experience, others just call it insane. Either way, it's an unforgettable, brag-worthy winter adventure. Not everyone has what it takes to plunge into the coldest waters on Earth, but for those who do, it's a badge of honor, a story that stands out even among the most hardcore thrill seekers. Dog sledding in Norway. Flying across a frozen landscape with a team of powerful huskies leading the way, dog sledding isn't just a sport, it's a legendary winter adventure that taps into the raw power of nature. In Norway's Tromsø region, you can experience the thrill of mushing your own sled team through vast Arctic landscapes, weaving between snow-covered forests, over frozen lakes, and beneath the flickering northern lights. These sled dogs aren't just fast, they're incredibly strong and full of energy, bred for generations to pull at top speeds over long distances. The connection between musher and dogs is what makes this experience truly unique. You don't just ride, you work together, reading the terrain, adjusting commands, and trusting your team to power through the deep snow. The silence of the Arctic, interrupted only by the sound of paws pounding the ice and the sled cutting through snow, is both peaceful and exhilarating. Few winter sports feel as pure and primal as dog sledding. It's a chance to disconnect from the modern world and embrace an age-old mode of travel, one that has helped explorers, adventurers, and indigenous Arctic communities survive for centuries. If you've ever dreamed of an authentic, nature-driven adventure, this is it. Snowkiting in Finland. If you think kite surfing is just for summer, think again. Snowkiting is one of the most thrilling and high-speed winter sports out there, and Finland's frozen lakes and wide-open snowfields make for the ultimate playground. Unlike skiing or snowboarding, snowkiting lets you harness the power of the wind, using a massive kite to propel yourself at insane speeds across vast frozen landscapes. Once the kite catches the wind, you can glide, carve, and even launch into the air for jaw-dropping jumps and tricks. The best part? You don't even need a mountain, just an open, icy expanse and a strong gust of wind. Finland's Lapland region is a snowkiting paradise with endless frozen lakes and steady Arctic winds that make for perfect riding conditions. Beginners can start with gentle cruising, while experienced riders can hit speeds of 40 miles per hour or more, racing across the ice with nothing but wind power. The sensation of effortless speed, gliding with the wind and defying gravity, is pure adrenaline-fueled magic. Snowkiting is fast, unpredictable, and incredibly freeing. It's the closest thing to flying over snow you'll ever experience. Ice diving in Russia. Diving beneath solid ice into a world of eerie blue light and absolute silence is one of the most surreal and extreme winter experiences imaginable. Ice diving in Russia's Lake Baikal, the deepest and oldest freshwater lake in the world, takes this adventure to a whole new level. Here, divers plunge beneath 3 feet of solid ice, swimming through crystal-clear frozen waters with visibility reaching up to 130 feet. Sunlight filters through the cracks in the ice, creating an otherworldly glow, while massive ice formations, frozen air bubbles, and deep underwater caves create a setting that feels straight out of science fiction. Ice diving isn't just about exploration, it's a test of mental and physical endurance. The cold is relentless, and every movement demands careful control and absolute focus. There's no easy escape. Your only exit is the same hole you entered through, making this a sport that requires serious training and a fearless mindset. Few people get to witness the silent, frozen world beneath the ice, but for those who do, it's an experience like no other. Ice diving in Lake Baikal is the ultimate test of courage, skill, and sheer adventurous spirit. Ice climbing in Canada. Climbing a vertical wall of solid ice, using only sharp crampons and ice axes, is one of the most intense winter challenges out there. Ice climbing in Canada's Rocky Mountains is not for the faint of heart. It's a sport that demands strength, precision, and nerves of steel, as you ascend towering frozen waterfalls in some of the most breathtaking landscapes on Earth. The Icefields Parkway in Alberta is home to some of the best ice climbing routes in the world. Here, waterfalls freeze into massive walls of ice, creating glittering, blue-hued monoliths that stretch high into the sky. Climbers tackle formations like Malign Canyon, Weeping Wall, and the Ghost River Valley, each offering a unique blend of steep vertical ascents, challenging overhangs, and narrow ice columns. Every move requires careful technique, as the ice can crack, shift, and break away under pressure, making each climb an unpredictable test of skill and endurance. Unlike traditional rock climbing, ice climbing is all about reading the ice, figuring out which sections are solid, where to drive your axe, and how to shift your weight to avoid breaking through. The sound of axes sinking into the frozen surface, spikes crunching into the ice, and the occasional crack echoing through the canyon adds to the thrill. Adrenaline surges through you as you inch higher, the world below growing smaller with each step. Reaching the top of an icy monolith and looking down at the landscape blanketed in snow is an unbeatable feeling. Ice climbing in Canada is not just a sport, it's a battle against gravity, cold, and your own limits, and conquering it is one of the most rewarding winter adventures imaginable. And there you have it, some of the most epic winter adventures for those who live for the thrill. From speeding down icy tracks to diving beneath frozen lakes, the coldest season brings some of the most extreme sports on Earth. If this video gave you a serious case of adrenaline fever, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Explore Edge. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Until next time, keep pushing your limits and exploring the world's wildest adventures.